Hi friends, welcome to Aisha's DIY. Today we will design a necklace with Ggc'sTreasureBag, the Enchanted treasures, and these are the items that I have pulled out. And then also we have some of these beads, these purple beads. Okay, there we go. So this I'm saving it. But other than that, we can use the purple beads as an inner strand is what I'm thinking. So I started using those beads. So what I will do here is I will first string this one on and then I will move on to the other beads. Still I have some of the pearls left. So I'm going to string with just 5 strands. These 5 strand connectors are a great one to work with, especially for a multi-strand necklace. We have a couple of them, 3 sets, so I'm going to use one set. So I'm going to use this 7 strand bead stringing wire itself, but if you use a 19 strand or so, then it's really awesome, because what happens is the 19 strand will be much more flexible, but this will also do. So I'm just going to string these beads. You can follow a pattern or you can just string the beads. If you want to add a seed bead in between, then probably you might have to choose green for the spacer for the purple and purple for the spacer for the green, just like switching it over. So I figured that this is the smallest strand, so I cut this first and I'm gonna add this first to this finding, because there is no way to go around this, so I would just work with this rather than trying to figure out something else. Okay, this just gonna use the golden color crimp tubes. Just gonna use the bead stopper here and just hold it so that the beads don't fall off the side, and take my crimps. I'll take double crimp. Actually single crimp should be good enough, because anyways this is not a heavy strand, so it should be good enough. So I'm just going to add this to one end of the 5 strand finding and come back through that, through the beads, and now there is a loop. Just pull this towards your finding. So now this is the loop I'm comfortable with. I'm just going to flat crimp it. If you want, you can use crimping pliers, but I'm just flat crimping it and just moving. See this, I made a mistake of not adding a bead here, which I didn't realize until now, but I'm not going to do anything. Let just be it that way, because now then I will have to take it and crimp it again, which I might otherwise I will have to take the entire thing. I won't have enough. Maybe I should. No, I shall leave it at that point right there. I'm okay with it. So take the next bead, maybe string it all over again. Maybe cut this off and redo it. So before crimping, always check if everything is okay or not, right? Need one more seed bead. Now I'm a little bit short with the wire. Take my crimp tube, go through the last loop, use your pliers to come back through your crimp tube, through a couple more beads. It's not going through the last seed bead, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be that way. Just move. Make sure the wires are not crisscross inside the tube or the bead. Once you're happy with it, go ahead and fat crimp it, and then you can snip this excess off. Right next to the crimp tube. There we go. Now push everything down here. Then take it at this point. See, I have done it ulta, so I'm just going to do it the same way. See, this is going through the bead, so I'm just going to pull this tight, keep it in a U form. As you guys can see, I just did a mistake, right? So this is how it should be, so it has to come this way. Hopefully I didn't crimp it this time, otherwise I should restring everything and then do it one more time. It's good that I made this mistake so that I can show you guys. Before you crimp, make sure that it is in a U format, and see this, both are in the same direction. There is two sides to this, so just check everything and then go ahead and crimp this and then snip off that excess tail. Always before crimping, just have a look at what you have on the mat and check if it is all okay. So this is going to be the length of the inner necklace. So let me just measure this for you guys. So it's about, say, 12 plus about, say, 15 inches. The inner strand is 15 inches in length. So now we have to figure out all the other strands that needs to come after this. So there is this light purple, dark purple, and then the big green. The big green will be the final one. So the light purple and dark purple, the combination, it's up to you which you want to do. So let's see the light purple, how long it is. So it's bit longer than our strand. So I will see if the dark purple is a little bit shorter, so that will work. So I tried the purple, the light purple one, that's a little bit longer. This is also longer, but I think I will start with this one. So I'm just going to add a crimp tube and then take this and put it in the next loop and then come back. Through that loop, the crimp tube, and if possible, through a couple of crystals and seed beads. So let me see if it actually goes through it, because it looks like it doesn't. If it doesn't, that's okay. Just go through the crimp tube and take your pliers and just see, the tendency for this is to actually crisscross inside the crimp bead. So make sure that that's not happening and the wire is parallel inside the bead or tube, whichever you have available. When you're satisfied with the size of the loop, go ahead and flat crimp it and take your wire cutters and snip the excess tail off immediately, as close to the crimp tube as possible. So now the second is attached on one side. Okay, so now push all the beads down, just keep it okay. Just push all the beads down here and just want to see how much would I need. This is how much I want the distance to be. I just approximately do this. I don't even though if I calculate so much, it won't come as easy as it is. So I'm just gonna take off all of these beads which is extra. Okay, because we have to be proportionate with the other one. So this is how much I need for the next. So if I do that, I'll just take one more. I know there is a long wire which is left, but I can't help it. So now I go through the second loop in my necklace. I like to work it in the back side. So just come back through that crimp tube. Take my pliers and just pull that down right there. Okay, now let it go down and sit on your mat. Just making sure everything is nice and okay. If you're okay with it, check. Okay, I guess I'm fine with it. Now I will go ahead and crimp the crimp tube. Cut this excess wire off. I can use this much length. If it is, the general rule of thumb is if it is 5 inches or more wire, then save it. Otherwise you can discard it then and there. Okay, I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna check one more time about our strands. For some reason this comes above and stays, but I feel that's good. Okay, the distance is good. Now the next one will be the chain. So I am going to take the chain. This is the easiest one to attach. Okay, so the chain has links, and the links can be removed like a jump ring. You don't need, if you want you can use an extra jump ring, but I like to add it this way. I feel this to be much more secure than the jump ring. And then just close it how you would open and close the jump ring. Make sure they are nice and secure. Once you have that, now the fun part begins. Okay, we have beads on rest of the strands, and this is not a bead. So if you want, you can add it in the future. You can change the chain a little bit, so it's not that difficult. But I want to get that chain as proportionate as possible to our rest of the bead strands. That's about, say, right for me. If you want a little bit longer, you can do so. So I'm just going to take that link and open that up. Just hold it with the bent nose pliers and twist it open, and then add the chain link to the third loop of the finding and close it up. And if you hold it this way, is the way that you will find it perfect. Otherwise there will be discrepancies. So this is how it will lay on your neck. So anyways, it is chain, so it's gonna be a little bit, it won't come and stay all the way down. So this is how it's gonna be. So now that's done. The next one will be again this lavender color bead strand. So I should try and see. Yeah, it's fine. Again, we need our crimp tube. Add it to the fourth loop. Okay, if you see, There is no bead at the end. Seed bead, we are ending with the 7 of seed bead. I would like it to be uniform. If you don't do that, then consistently don't finish all the ends with seed beads. If you do that, then make sure that that's how every strand ends. That's also a problem one, because our wire is not going through that, right? Just move everything, make that loop. If you're fine with the loop, go ahead and crimp it. Take your wire cutters and cut it as close as possible. Leave that down. Now, so there we go. This is a bit tricky because we don't have a beaded strand to gauge it right next to this newer strand of lavender color beads. We have the chain, so I would like to disregard the chain and just focus on the rest, because we can only eyeball it. Just think about an imaginary bead strand here and then look at the size. That way it will be easier. So again, I need to take some off. Maybe add one more. About say right. Go ahead and put it through the fourth loop. Come back through the crimp tube. Make sure the loop is not very big. Then go ahead and crimp it. Then you can cut the excess wire off. So now that the fourth strand is also attached, now we'll concentrate on the last and final strand of this necklace. Okay, so that will be this one right here. This is also very long. We don't obviously need that much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my bead stopper here. Now I need to take on both sides because I have the pendants here, down here. Don't know if you're able to see it, right? So I think I can take this much off. I am eyeballing it, okay, but I like this one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Then we can count the beads. So take a crimp tube, go ahead and trying to put it through the Levano, and our English cut is going through, so I'm just going to crimp it and then snip a little bit off, because we don't obviously need this long a tail to go through both the strands. Then take it, go on top of this. That's about say right. Now bring everything to this side. And once again, make sure all the strands are okay. I know the chain is not something that you can have a lot of control with, but I'm talking about all the other strands, and just so about say this much. I'm okay with it. Now go ahead and pick up a crimp tube, go through the last hole of the finding, and then if possible go through a couple of beads, and just pull everything together. Once again, lay it down flat and check before you crimp. See how much wire is wasted, but don't you worry, I will put this to good use. Now I'm crimping it and snipping the excess tail off. I will use it for a bracelet. It's more than enough for a bracelet for myself, so I'm saving that. See, this is what we have so far, and of course we are going to use chain in the back, so we still have some chain left, and I'm not going to make this very long. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take about say 3 and 3, like totally 7 inches of chain. That's good enough in my opinion. Take it, use my bent nose pliers to open up the loop. Okay, take this off, add one end of the chain to this loop, 5-to-1 connector. You can use a jump ring, of course, but I would say it's not necessary. So let's see how it actually stays. Depending on that, it's fine. Okay, and then open up this one right here and add it to the other end. No, okay, correct. So hopefully, oh, this is the longest one, I guess. This is a short chain that we added, but nevertheless I can measure one more time. 7 inches. Doesn't have to be very appropriate. I mean, very accurate. It depends on how long you want your necklace to be. So we still have 2 pieces of chain left, which I will save it for a future project. This is our necklace, and approximately over here, what I would like to do is open up one of the links here. Okay, and okay, so here we go. We have some toggle clasp that came with our box. Just gonna use the bar end of the toggle on one side and the round part of the toggle on the other side by opening up a chain link. Open and close back and forth. Do not open it this way, otherwise chances of you distorting the shape of the chain will be more. So I have attached the clasp as well. This is how it looks. When you wear it, it will be much more, streamlined than on the mat. I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. One more thing is, these are the items from GGC Treasure Bag, the Enchanted jewels, which came in the month of May 2023. All of these items that I have used, all the beads, the focals, the hematite beads, the clasp, the finding, the 5-to-1 finding, everything is from that box except for the seed beads that I have used here. So everything is from the box, and I will leave down the description box below for you guys to sign up for www.Ggc'sTreasures.com. So then you will get to know when the next bag will be available for sale. It gets sold out pretty fast, like 1 or 2 days fast. So you need to be aware of when it is releasing. I will also inform about the GG's Treasure Bag in my community channel. If you guys are following me up and hitting the bell icon for notification, then you will get a notification when it is going to be available. I will inform probably a couple of days before so that you are prepared for the release of the bag. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.